please. Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Perfect. Good evening, everybody. We're going to be doing chair yoga tonight. So make sure you have your chair, sit on your chair, relax in your chair. Make sure when you're on your chair tonight that your feet are flat on the ground. So the soles of your feet right there. Bring as much space as you like on between your legs. Sit down right onto your sit bones. Find that long spine. So just like we do when we're seated on our mat, when we're standing, we find length out of the spine, a little lift out of the hips. Relax your arms. Good evening. If you just joined us, we're doing chair yoga. Sit on your chair. Close your eyes if that feels okay for you. Or soft gaze to the front of your room or to the tip of your nose. And just take some breaths in and out. We're just going to start off with some nice soft breaths in and out. Letting our day go. Relaxing the shoulders down. Feeling the heaviness in our bums there, right into the glutes. Feeling the connection of the feet making towards the ground as you sink a little deeper. Just a couple more breaths in and out. If you just joined us, chair yoga tonight, seated onto your chair, relaxing breaths in and out. Let's take one more big breath in. Exhale all the way out. If you closed your eyes, start to open your eyes back up. Let's bring a little movement into our arms, just like we do when we're standing or seated. We're going to reach our arms up, breathe in. Maybe the palms press together at the top, and then exhale, arms come back down. Good. Well, let's do this a few times. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Nice stretch along the side body. Exhale all the way down. Take your time with this. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale all the way down. Let's do 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good, last time. Inhale, reach it up. And let's just reach it all the way up. Pause here. Fingertips up towards the sky. Shoulders down. Relax them away from your ears. Breathe. Reach a little higher. One more breath. Belly pulls in, back in and up. Good. And then slowly start to interlace your fingers. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Stretch a little bit more. And then exhale, release. Arms come back alongside you. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Let's bring a little movement along the neck there. So if you just joined us onto our chair, a little bit chair yoga this evening. Let's use our neck and a little stretch in our neck right now. We're going to turn over to the right side of your room. Right over the right shoulder, gazing over, a little stretch to the side of the neck. Take a couple of breaths here. And come back to center. Nice job. Let's go over to the left. You're just gently turning your head over and gazing to the left side. Chin as much as you can over the left shoulder. A little stretch along the right part of the neck. Just a couple of breaths here. Good. And back to center. Really nice. Let's tuck our chin towards our chest. Good. Gaze down towards your legs, stretching out the back of your neck. Let's breathe in. Breath out. Good. Come back to center. Now let's tilt our head back with control. So trying not to snap it all the way back, but with a little bit of a lift in your chest as well. Just as much as it feels good for you, lengthening out the front part of the neck. Breathe in. Breath out. And gently come back to center. Really nice. Let's take another couple shoulder rolls there. Maybe a little bit forwards, towards the front of the room. Nice job. Let's do a little side bend. Bring your right hand to the side of your chair. Grab hold of the chair there, right at the seat. And we're going to bring our right arm all the way up towards the sky. Yeah, fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then slowly side bend over to the right. Maybe the left palm faces down towards the ceiling. Press down into your feet. Make sure you're grounding down into your sit bones, into your feet. As you grab hold of the side of the chair a little bit more, reach up and over. Lengthening in the left side body. Breathe. And exhale all the way out. Good. Come back to center. Release that left hand. Bring it to the left side of your chair. Grab hold of that. And then let's reach our right arm all the way up. Fingertips up towards the sky. And then slowly side bend to the left. Good. Reach it up and over. Pressing down to your feet. Make sure your sit bones are right down onto the seat of your chair. Take another breath in. And exhale, come back to center. Let's try one more time on each side. Right hand on the seat of your chair, left arm goes up nice and high. And then on your exhale, over to the right side of the room. I'm not trying to force anything, just allow the weight of your left arm to get heavy. Allow it to reach a little bit more if there's space. Come back to center. Last time on the left side, left hand onto the seat of the chair, right arm goes up and over. I'm just taking a couple of breaths here. Nice job. Slowly come back to center. Roll the shoulders back. Really, really nice. Good. Let's take a little bit of a twist here. We're going to turn our body over to the right side of the room. And we're just going to grab, if you can, if this feels okay, left hand on the chair and right hand behind you on the seat of the chair. If you have the seat of the chair. If you don't, you can just grab this. I'm just going to move my chair so you can see. So we're seated right here. Left hand on the side of the chair, right hand behind you. Just a gentle twist over. If it's a little too intense, just come back out a little bit, unwind. And just another breath in. Full breath out. Good job. Okay, come back to center. I'm just going to switch my chair back over to center, and let's try the other side. So we're just going to twist over to the left, grabbing hold of the seat of the chair with your right hand. Left hand goes to the behind the back of the chair. If you have the back and you don't, it's okay. You can grab hold of the seat of the chair as well. Okay, press into your feet. Make sure they're grounded. Sit bones are grounded as you twist. Make sure everything feels good. You're sitting up nice and tall, long spine. Breathe in. Breath out. Good. Gently unwind, unravel, come back to center. Really good. We're going to come into a little gentle back bend, where if you have this type of chair with a back to it, you can grab hold of the back side of your chair with both hands reaching out. And you're going to come into a little bit of back bend, reaching back, opening up the shoulders, feeling a tiny bit of a swoop in your low back here. Now, if you have just the seat, you can just grab hold like this and still find a little opening across the chest. So pulling and reaching out wherever it might be. Opening up the chest, feeling the shoulders roll back, gaze forward, pressing into the feet, breathe in. Breath out. One more. Make sure your shoulders feel okay here. You don't want to go too far. You can always reach a little lower too and not tilt forward as much. Exhale all the way out. Nice job, everybody. And let's just slowly release our arms, roll the shoulders back, take those nice easy breaths in and out. Very good. Now we've worked really hard into our arms, our shoulders, our neck a little bit there. Now we're going to come into some cat-cow. So usually we do our cat-cow seated. We've done it on hands and knees. We're going to do it in chair. And the chair is pretty much the same as when we're seated on our mat. So with your hands on the tops of your legs, we're just going to come right into a cow pose first. Take a big breath in, and we're just going to open up our chest, gaze up. Good, open up that chest, the neck part. Shoulders peel back, belly pushes forward. Exhale, we're going to round in our spine. Let your head go, tilt the chin towards the chest. Good, maybe the hands slide forward a little bit there too as you draw the belly button in towards the spine. Breathe in, come back into your cow pose, open the chest. Gaze a little higher than eye level, maybe up towards the top of your wall. The corner, like just right where the ceiling hits the top of the wall. And exhale all the way back into your cat back. Belly button in, let your head go. Tuck your chin in towards the chest. Breathe in. Let's do a couple more. A little movement along the spine. Exhale all the way out. Inhale up. Open your heart. Press it forward. Exhale down. Let's do one more. It always feels good to do cat-cow, just right into that low back stretch, right between the shoulder blades. And gently come back up to a neutral spine. Long back there. Good. All right. We've done a little bit of movement in the spine there too. So everything feels good in our upper body. We've warmed it up. We're going to start to move into our legs now. So like I said before, when we're in chair, we want to really make sure that we're seated, our sit bones are grounded onto the chair. So making sure that we don't fall off our chair. And by doing that, we also want to make sure that our feet are pressing right onto the ground. We're going to come into some leg lifts first. Now you can keep your hands maybe on your hips or even grabbing hold of the side of your chair. And we're just going to lift one leg up at a time. And if lifting is a little bit too intense for you, you can always slide your heel forward and back. And I'm just going to show you right here. So we're going to take our hands wherever they feel good, press down into your left foot first. Make sure it's glued down, ground down, planted onto the your floor. And let's start to lift our right leg all the way up. Good, as high as you can. And then exhale, bring it all the way back down, right beside the left foot. Now, if that feels a little bit too much, you can always slide the heel forward and then slide the heel back in. Your choice. Let's see what feels good for you. I'll take a breath in, lift or slide. Belly in and up, long spine. Exhale all the way down. Breathe in, lift or slide. Exhale all the way back down. Good. Take your time with this. We're going to do about 5 times on the right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Good. You're going to feel a little bit of firing up in your abdominals, and that's good. Breathe in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Just walk your feet out. Heel, just pressing the heels a little bit there. Good. Let's try the other side. So this time, grounding down into your right foot, we're going to lift our left leg up. So breathe in, lift that left leg up. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Nice job. Inhale. Press it forward, press that foot forward. Exhale all the way back down. Breathe in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Do 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. All the way down. Breath out. Last time. You got this. Inhale. And exhale, slowly bring that left foot all the way back down. Good job. Just walk your feet out, pitter patter them. Good work. All right. Now our feet are just in front of us, probably about hip distance apart. We're going to start to heel toe them out, walk them out a little bit more to the sides, a little wider than hip distance apart. Good. We're going to come into some heel lifts, just like this here. Good. Again, hands on the hips or hands holding onto your chair, and let's press down into our feet first. Get really grounded in there. And then we're going to lift our heels up. Breath in, lift the heels up. Press into the toes. Exhale all the way down, heels come down. Good. And this is good engagement for your belly as well, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale all the way down. Take your time. Breathe in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. Breathe in. Press into the toes. Exhale all the way down. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Lift your heels up. Exhale all the way down. Good. Last one. Breathe in. Stay here. So if you're okay with it, it feels okay, I want you to stay here for 2 extra breaths here. Pressing into the toes. Maybe your heels go up a little bit higher. Maybe they don't, and that's okay. See where it goes. Take another breath in. Stay for your exhale all the way out. Good job. Awesome. And then slowly start to bring your heels gently back down onto the ground. Very, very nice. Good. And just pitter patter your feet out a little bit there. Stretch out your toes, wiggle them out. Great. We're going to, if you've got them super wide, maybe heel toe them in just a little bit, not hip distance, but a little wider than hip distance. We're going to come into chair pose, which is so funny because we're already in chair pose, but a little bit of a seated pose here with our legs out a little bit, and we're going to do a little bit of a twist here. So with your hands onto your lap, we're going to come into a nice long spine. We're just going to tilt forward just a bit with our long back, and then just twist over to the right, pressing your hands down onto the tops of your legs, pressing into your feet. Just gaze over to the right side. Little gentle twist in the midsection of your body, keeping the hips forward, just twisting in the core. Good. Breathe in. Breath out. Good. Come back to center with that nice long spine, and you're just tilted just a little bit there. We're going to twist over to the left. Good. Bring that right shoulder over, left shoulder leans back just a bit. Take another breath in. Full breath out. Come back to center. Bring your spine all the way back upright. Good for you. We're going to come into one more seated pose here, and that's a figure four. So just heel to our feet about hip distance apart. Good. We're just going to lift our right leg up and over, cross it over. See if this feels good for you. Good. Now we're going to bring our right hand on to the inside of our right knee, and left hand goes onto right ankle. Now you can stay upright just like this, just gentle pressure into that, the inside of your right knee. You can stay just seated upright, or if it feels okay, you can fold all the way down. Maybe you start grabbing your right foot with your left hand, just making sure that you're grounding down into that left foot. Your sit bones are right onto the chair. Everything feels soft. Maybe you flex the right toes towards the knee to bring a little bit more of a stretch to the outside of your right thigh. Take 3 breaths here. One more. In through the nose. Exhale all the way out. Good. If you fold it over, just slowly come all the way back up. Good. Really nice job. Now, just pause here for a second. We're not going to uncross it just yet. We're going to just slowly bring our knee towards us. Draw it in. Interlace your fingers along the front of the shin or the back of the leg. Just draw it in. We're just going to take one breath here. Maybe you circle out your ankle one way and then the other, or point, flex the toes. Just bring a little movement to the ankle here. Taking just cycle breath in and out. Good. And then just release. Right foot back down onto the mat. Really good. And if you need to, you can just pitter patter the feet out a little bit, that if anything has crept up from that last pose. And when you're ready, let's try the other side. So this time lifting the left leg up and over, creating a figure four pose that we're quite familiar with when we're on our backs, stretching out at the end of our practice there. And we're going to do this right in the chair. So again, bring your hands right on the chair, right onto your legs here, around to your hips, whatever feels good. Keeping your spine long or folding over. And bring a little pressure into that inside of the knee if that feels okay for you. Grabbing toes if that feels good with your right hand this time. Long spine going down, making sure that you're anchoring that right foot down this time. Sit bones are grounded into your chair. So we want to make sure we're safe. We're not tipping over too far. We're at a place where you feel solid, you feel sturdy and stable. Maybe you hinge a little bit more if it's there. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Good. One more in through the nose. And exhale all the way back out. Nice long breath out. If you have folded over, come all the way back up nice and slow. Good. And let's start to draw our left knee in just like we did with our right leg there. So draw it in, interlace on top of the shin or behind the leg onto the hamstring. Good. Let's draw it in as much as you can. And then a little bit of movement in the ankles. That feels good. Circling it one way, then the other, or flexing, pointing the toes, or do all of it. Just a little nice movement along that joint there. Always feels good. Nice. And then just slowly release that left leg back onto the ground, the foot back out onto the ground. Pitter patter your feet out if you need to. Awesome. All right, we're going to be seated just for another minute or two here. And we're going to do a sun salutation. Now, we've done this many times standing, and I've shown you the sun salutation when we're standing, but this is going to be seated. So take your time with it again. But I think everyone should probably know these poses for now. So you know these poses now. So it will be really nice to just flow it out with your breath on a chair. So when you're ready, take that breath in, sweep your arms all the way up. Maybe the palms press, maybe you gaze up towards the ceiling, and then exhale your fold all the way down to your feet. Good. Just make sure you're pressing down into your feet. Your sit bones are right onto the chair. Let your head go. Soften behind the neck. Good. Take a breath in. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe your hands go on your shins. Maybe you grab for your ankles. Lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Tuck your chin in and slowly rise all the way up to the top. Bring your arms to touch, your hands to touch, and then send those hands back at heart center. Breathe in, humble your chin. Exhale, arms come alongside you, chair mountain. Lengthen through your spine, take a breath in. Exhale all the way out. Yeah, let's do 2 more sun salutations. I'm going to move my chair to the side just so that you can see what the poses look like from a different angle. When you're ready, let's take that big breath in. Reach your arms up, sweep them up nice and high. Press the palms, gaze up if it's okay. Exhale, forward fold all the way down to your feet. Let everything relax. Get heavy. Ground down into your feet, into your sit bones. Good. Let's come into halfway lift. Inhale, lifting halfway, pressing onto your legs, grabbing for your ankles, long spine, belly in and up, strong core. Exhale, forward fold. Tuck your chin in, rise all the way up. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Breathe in. Breath out. Release your arms back alongside you. Roll your shoulders back, chest lifts up towards the sky. Last time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version, wherever your hands need to be. Exhale, back down to your feet. Take a big breath in, tuck your chin and rise. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands back at heart center. Breathe in. Breath out. Relax. Roll the shoulders back. Take another breath in. Exhale. Let it go. Really nice. You guys did really nice job there with your chair. Now we're going to come off our chair and we're still going to use our chair, but with more standing poses. So we're going to come off our chair, or turn around, face more the seat, the seated area where seat of the chair. And we're going to come into a downward dog, but with a chair. Now, if this feels a little bit too low for you, you can always go onto the end of the chair where it has the higher, like the back of the chair there. So I'm going to demonstrate both sides. So with our downward dog on the seated part of the chair, and bring our feet about a little wider than hip distance apart. And we're just going to bring our forearms down onto the chair. We're going to move the chair up so you can see everything. Good. And then just bring your forearms down onto the chair. Let your head go. Press into your feet. Good. And just let your upper body lengthen out. Good. This is downward facing dog in a chair. And this is a lot more gentle than if we were to do this on the ground. Maybe even a little gentle bend of your knees as you relax. We're staying both 4 breaths here. Now, if this feels a little bit too much and a little too intense, you can always turn your chair around and bring it to the tall end, the back of a chair, and do the exact same thing. And just bring your forearms onto the top of the chair there. Feet are same, where they're about a little wider than hip distance, and just fold. Nice slow breaths in and out. This is a great pose to do every day. Good to lengthen out the spine. Bring a little bit of a back bend there, especially in this. So it's not exactly a full downward dog, a little bit of a modified downward dog. Okay, let's find 2 more long breaths in and out. Good. 1 more. Breathe in deep. Exhale all the way out. Nice. Just press into your hands and walk your hands back to the edge of the chair. And from here, we're going to grab hold of our chair, walk your feet in about hip distance apart, and we're going to come into pyramid pose. I'm just making sure that you can see my feet here. So feet should be about hip distance apart. We're going to step our right foot back behind us. Good. And just make sure that both feet are about hip distance apart. Right foot is right behind the left. They're both pressing down right into the heels. Good. Both legs are nice and straight. And we've done this pose before where we keep our hands onto our hips and we keep that spine nice and long. But today we're going to use our chair to keep us up. And we can just keep our hands on to the chair as we come down with a long spine. Now, maybe you just leave your hands on the seat of your chair, or you can come down onto forearms, just making sure that you have a nice long spine going down. This is going to stretch out the hamstring in your leg. Let your head go. Soften behind the neck. Let's take a few breaths here as we press down into our feet. Hinge a little bit more into our hips. And taking it only as far as your body will allow you today. Good. 2 more. Belly in and up. One more. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale all the way out. Good. If you're on your forearms, just bring it back onto your hands. Press into your hands. Bend into that left knee, and then just bring that right foot back beside the left. Good. Very nice. Now we're going to keep our hands on the chair still. We're going to step our left foot back this time. Same thing on this side. Feet are still at hip distance apart. And just both feet are pressing right down to the heels. Legs are straight. Belly in and up, long spine. Hands on the seat of your chair or onto your forearms. So see what feels good. Keep that nice long spine. Let your head go. Soften behind the neck wherever you are. Press down into those heels. Breathe in. Breath out. 3 of your breaths here. Just noticing all the sensations that you may be feeling in your body right now. Just observing what feels good, what feels new. We're making sure everything feels okay. No pain, just a nice stretch right now. All right, one more breath in. Full breath out. If you're on your forearms, just coming back right onto your hands. Ground down to your hands, bend into the front knee, and then step that left foot back. Good work. And just slowly start to come back to standing. Roll your shoulders back because we've been kind of tilted forward for a while there. So just rolling it back a little bit there, relaxing and opening up the chest a little bit. Good. Really nice job. All right. We are going to come to the back side of our chair now, the tall end. If you do have a tall end, if you don't, it's okay to just use a wall as well for this. We're going to come into Warrior 2 and Goddess pose right here. So we've done Warrior 2 many times. So this is just with a chair here. So we're gonna make sure that we have both feet facing towards the chair. Bring it out as wide as you'd like to have them today. We're gonna start to point our right toes to the side of the chair. Good, so that's facing away from the chair there. We're just gonna start to lunge into that front knee. Good. Making sure there's some space there. I might just move my chair forward so you can see that my legs are just like how we usually have them, Warrior 2 right now. Hands on the back side of the chair. And we're just going to come into a little bit of a lunge and then straightening it out. So a little bit of movement in our word today. So inhaling as we strain, exhale, bring in a lunge. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Really good. We're just gonna keep this movement going. Inhale, up, exhale, down. So using the chair right now, we're just keeping it here for a little bit of support as we lunge. So inhale, exhale. And sometimes when we have the support, we tend to go a little further. So maybe when we don't have the chair there, we get a little nervous. We lunge a little too far with our balance and everything. But with the chair, you know you have it there. Maybe you move a little further if it feels good for your body. So keeping this movement going, exhale, lunge a little bit more. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's do 3 more times. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breath out. One more time. Inhale, exhale all the way down. Good. Let's stay here for 3 breaths with your hands on the chair, or maybe you take them off. Challenge yourself. See if you can. You can bring your arms out side to side, just like how we do in the other practices with our warrior 2. Arms out side to side, shoulders over the hips, or maybe you start to get a little wobbly. Bring your hands back down onto the back of your chair. 2 more breaths. Hold it right there. Long back leg, strong back leg. Lunge a little further if it's there for your body. And a big breath out. Awesome work, everybody. Strain both legs. And we're just going to pivot the right torso back facing to the chair, towards the chair. Good. And I'm just going to move things around. I'm going to show you the other side now. So stay exactly where you are, where your feet are wide as you like them. Feet are pointed towards the chair right now. You're going to turn your left toes out to the side, left side of your room. Lunge into that front knee, left knee over left ankle. Right leg is nice and straight and strong. Good. Hands onto your chair. We're going to just bring in that movement. Inhale, strain the leg. Exhale, bend back into that knee. Inhale up. Exhale down. Breathe in. Breath out. Breathe in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's do 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe. Breath out. 1 more time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Let's stay for 3 full breaths in. Keeping your hands on the back of your chair or arms out side to side. Challenge yourself. Keeping it there. Lunge a little bit more. Reaching out side to side. Left. Your gaze going over to the left. It feels okay. Soft breath. In and out. Breathe in. Breath out. 1 more. Full breath in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty out. Good. And just bring your hands back onto your chair. If you had them out, strain that left leg and then start to pivot that left foot so it's facing back towards the chair. Really good. Now we're going to keep our feet just like this. And we're going to come into one more pose with our legs out wide. So keeping your hands onto the back of your chair, you're going to pivot the heels, kick them in, toes come out. And we're just going to lunge into both knees. So I'm just going to take my chair out of the way so that you can see what we're doing behind the chair there. So toes are out, facing out. Heels are in, lunging into both knees. So it's kind of, we did one knee at a time for warrior two. Now we're going to do both knees out at the same time. Good. So we're just going to come into this movement here. Strain the legs, bend into the knees, goddess pose. Strain the legs, exhale, bend into the knees. Really good. Keep this movement going. Inhale. And I'm just going to change spots here so you can see what I'm doing from the side too. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in. Breath out. We're working right into the hips there, right into the hip flexors. Breathe in. Breath out. Take your time too. If I'm going a little too fast for you, it doesn't have to be at the speed. It can be just as slow as you like. Or if I'm going a little too slow, you can go a little quicker too. Just moving with your breath is the most important thing. So if your inhale is quite long, take it there. And then your exhale could be even longer, getting you even further down right into the hips. Breathe in. Exhale all the way out. Let's do 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Big breath in. Bigger breath out. So good, guys. All right, we're going to straighten both legs back up. Pivot both feet so they're facing back and just heel toe them in or walk them back in together. Good. We're just going to come into a nice forward fold to end off the standing portion of the warriors. We are going to come into a little bit balancing before we come right onto the floor there. So let's fold over our chair here. So you can take your feet out a little wider than hip distance and just fold over your chair. You can be over the top of your chair, the back of your chair, or you can go to the other side and just fold. Relax. Release into your spine. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Allow your head to relax, the back of your neck. And gently start to plant your hands back and come all the way back up. Very good. All right, we're going to do 2 balancing poses, and then we'll end off our practice with a little bit of Shavasana on the chair, on the ground, wherever you'd like. But before we do that, let's get into some balancing. We're just making sure that you can either do this at a wall too, the wall work, or the back of your chair, hang on to it, hands on the back. And we're just going to bring our feet about hip distance apart. Let's come into some heel lifts. So just like we did when we're seated, but this time standing. So belly in and up, long spine. Let's start to take those heels all the way up, pressing in toes, lift. Good. With our chair, we can go a little further because we got the support. Exhale, come all the way back down. Good. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Breathe in. Breath out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And we're going to hold it and pause it for a couple of breaths. Inhale. stay right here. If you're okay with it, take 2 breaths. Maybe go a little bit higher, pressing down into all 10 toes. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. Stay right here. Breathe out. And then slowly come all the way down. So good. Very nice job. All right, we're gonna come into tree pose. Now you can keep both hands on the back of your chair and we can come right into tree pose like this. Or you can have one hand on the chair and the other hand on your hip. Good. And whichever side you decide to go on, we'll ground down onto our left foot first. Good. We're gonna turn our right toes out and then place it on the side of your left leg. So it could be below the knee, it could be above the knee, or it could be just right at the ankle with the right toes on the ground. Good. Wherever you are, we're gonna start to find a nice long spine, belly in and up. Hand on the chair or both hands on the chair. Press the foot into the leg back into the foot. Steady your gaze forward, shoulders down, relax them back down, but still feeling a lift out of your hips. We'll take a few breaths here. If you do have your right hand on your hip, you can try bring it all the way up towards the ceiling. And just an option. Two more breaths, wherever you are with your tree pose. Maybe you take your hand off the chair to see where you're at. Challenge yourself, and then maybe put it back onto the chair. And big breath out. If you have your right arm up, bring your right hand back onto your hip. And then slowly, wherever your hands are, just bring your right foot back down onto the mat. Really nice. And just relax your arms alongside you. Roll the shoulders back. Take that breath in. Let that energy land back into your body. Great job. All right, let's try the other side. I'm just going to move my chair over to this side so that you can see what I'm doing on this side. We're going to switch sides with our tree pose here. So this time my right hand is grabbing to the back of the chair. And we're going to ground down into your right foot. Turn your left toes out. Place it on the side of your on your right leg. Now you can have both hands on there and do the same thing. And again, choosing wherever it feels good. Steady your gaze forward. Breathe. Find a lift, long spine. Anchor that right foot down. Good. And you have your right hand to the side of your chair and your left hand on your left hip. You can also bring it up towards the sky, that left hand up towards the ceiling, if you'd like. Take another 2 breaths in. Press your foot in to your leg back into your foot. Last breath. And stay for your breath out. And if your left hand is up, bring it all the way back down onto your hip. Draw the left knee forward wherever you are and the left foot back down. Release both arms alongside you. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe. Exhale all the way out. Awesome. Very nice job, everybody. Okay, we're going to come down to our final poses into Shavasana. Now you can stay seated on your chair, and we're just going to do a couple stretches before we get into Shavasana. But in Shavasana, we want to make sure that we're nice and relaxed in the chair. So you can bring your back touching the back of your chair if it feels okay, and your feet can be off the floor because mine are, and that's fine. Okay, so this is an option here, sitting back onto your chair. You can also take it onto the ground. You might need your mat back out if you're on hardwood, or if you're on carpet, you won't need your mat back out. It's fine. You can come right onto your back and bring your legs up onto the chair. This is my favorite one. So this is going to feel really, really nice for you. If you decide to do this, you can have your arms alongside you. Now, third option, if you don't want any of this, you want the chair out of the picture for the last part of your practice, take the chair away. Just lie down onto your back. Legs can extend right onto the mat, onto the carpet, wherever it might be. But those are your three options for our final pose for this evening's practice. Wherever you are, whatever you've decided, whether you're seated or on the chairs up on, legs up onto the chair, or just right onto the mat, you're just bring the soles of your feet to touch wherever you are. You can do this anywhere. Soles of your feet to touch, knees open wide to the sides, opening up the groin, the inner thighs out. Bring a little stretch here. Pressing the soles of the feet, opening up your knees out a little bit more. Feeling that stretch. Relaxing, softening the low belly. Arms wherever they feel good. Teeing them out, arms up overhead. If you're in a chair, you can even just relax them along the sides of your chair. Close your eyes if that feels good. Allow your eyes to go way back into their sockets. Start to find a little bit of slowing down in your breath, a little decompression in your body, a little heaviness in your shoulders. Starting to just feel your hips melting down towards the chair, down towards the ground. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees. Close your knees up like a book. Bring your feet down. If you're in the chair, relax your feet down onto the ground as much as you can. Sit back onto the chair. If you're on the ground, feet and legs are on the chair. Relax them right on the chair, heavy into the calf muscles. And you're flat on the mat. Just let everything sink a little deeper. Let's take 5 breaths in together as a group. Breathe in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Slow breath all the way out. And start to find that natural rhythm back into your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Organic, soft, your own breath. Breathe in the relaxation. Breathe out the tension. I'm going to end our session right here. Just take your time in your chair, with your legs on the chair, or even if you're just on your mat right now. Just taking your time to come out of your space when you're ready. Keeping that Zen with you throughout the night. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed your practice on the chair. Use it whenever you like, even just those little bits and pieces of it. Take it apart and find what feels good for you. Thank you so much again. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the week. Namaste.